All right, let's dive right in. Today we're tackling something huge, something that's poised to rewrite the rules of discovery itself. We're talking about the rise of the AI scientist.
This quote, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We're not talking about a little ripple of change here. We're talking about a massive wave, a tsunami that's building right now, and what we're seeing today is just the very beginning.
Okay, so before we go any further, let's get on the same page about one key thing. When we talk about AI intelligence in this context, it's not just about being a faster calculator. It's about this, the ability to tackle completely new problems where you don't even know the steps to find the answer. That is the very essence of scientific discovery. So first up, let's try to wrap our heads around the sheer speed and scale of this coming AI tsunami. If you want a picture of what this exponential growth looks like, just look at this number. By September 2025, it's projected that we'll have more than 51,500 open-source versions of large language models out there. The engines behind things like ChatGPT. The pace is, well, it's just absolutely staggering. So, with all that crazy speed, where are we now? Well, that brings us to our next section, where we see AI isn't just getting faster, it's actually achieving superhuman performance in some of the toughest fields you can imagine. And let's start somewhere where the stakes are literally life and death. Let's talk about medicine. Check out this chart. It's kind of mind-blowing. On the U.S. medical licensing exam, this is the big test for doctors. Human experts average around 87%. Pretty good, right? Well, Google's MedGemini AI scored over 91%. So we're not talking about matching human experts anymore. We're talking about measurably beating them. Okay, so that's medicine. What about another area that's at the absolute peak of human intellect? Let's talk about competitive programming, where the smartest coders in the world go head-to-head solving incredibly complex puzzles. And this is where things get really wild. At the 2025 World Finals, the best human teams solved 11 out of 12 problems. Super impressive. But GPT-5? It solved all 12. And here's the real kicker. Gemini 2.5 solved the one problem that no human team could even touch. It didn't just play the game better, it solved the unsolvable. So we've seen AI beat experts in medicine and outthink the best coders on the planet. The million-dollar question then becomes, what happens when you aim that kind of superintelligence not just at solving puzzles, but at the entire process of science itself? For hundreds of years, we've had this one playbook for progress, right? The scientific method. You come up with a hypothesis, you run an experiment, you look at the data, and you draw a conclusion. It's how we've built the modern world. Well, that was the playbook. Until now. Because here's the absolute game changer. AI can now run that entire loop, from start to finish, all by itself. This is the moment we go from AI being a tool a scientist uses to AI becoming the scientist itself. And look, this isn't some science fiction movie concept. This is happening right now. These are real platforms that are already up and running. Systems like Sakana's AI Scientist or Google's AI Co-Scientist, they're designed to think up new ideas, test them, and then write the papers about their own discoveries. This is moving so fast that researchers are actually creating a scale to track it. We're currently sitting at what they call level 3, where AI is a full-blown scientific partner. And the next stop, level 4, is AI as a generative architect, something that could create entirely new fields of science we haven't even dreamed of. Which brings us to our final section, and really the biggest question of all. What on earth does this all mean for the future of science and for us? Here's the core takeaway, and it's a stark one. The pace of discovery from these AI systems is going to be so fast, so relentless that any research done without them will simply be left in the dust. It will become irrelevant. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is Terence Tao. We're talking one of the greatest living mathematicians, saying he sees a future where research is basically just having a conversation with a chatbot. The scientist's job becomes guiding the big ideas, while the AI does the heavy lifting. This shift is so fundamental. It's creating these incredible new grand challenges. You've got people seriously asking, can an AI make a discovery worthy of a Nobel Prize? You've got DARPA, the US military's research arm, funding projects to create an AI co-author for pure math. This isn't a side project anymore. It's the main event. So that's where we are. We're standing at the threshold of something completely new.
We are witnessing the emergence of digital, intelligent beings. And as they begin their own journey of discovery, the ultimate question really isn't what we'll do with them, it's what will they teach us?